In this video, I will show you how to move your photos from an SD card to the Creative Cloud, and I'll demonstrate two different ways to place them into Adobe Photoshop. First, let's organize your photos. If your photos are on an SD or memory card, insert it into your computer. The icon for mine appears here. Yours might be labeled no name, and you might have to open a few folders to find your photos. Here I've organized and renamed mine. Then move your photos from your SD card to your Creative Cloud account. I have the Creative Cloud app on my computer, so I'll open its folder in another Finder window. Create a folder on the cloud and try to name it something more specific than just photos. Then drag and drop your photos over, and you can see them syncing here. If you have photos on your cell phone or iPad, download the Creative Cloud app and you can upload them directly. In the Creative Cloud app, under the Your Work tab, you can click on the Earth to open links to the Creative Cloud on the web, and if you click on the Cloud Documents, a browser will open with your files. I'll click on Synced Files to find the photos that I just uploaded. Click on the Apps tab to find Photoshop and download or open it here. And if you have a MacBook Air, you might have to free some space before you can download it. I also want to point out that you can use Photoshop tools on a mobile device as well. This is great if you don't have enough space to download it to your computer or you're working on a Chromebook. However, the apps have limited features and won't necessarily be able to do everything I'm demonstrating, so downloading the desktop version would be preferred. I have Photoshop open here, and depending on when you're watching this video, your start screen might look different than mine. This is my home page, and you can see some of my recent work. And on the left-hand side, you have a tab for learning with many great tutorials you should check out. You can also click on the Lightroom photos and see recent imports into Lightroom. And you can click on Cloud Documents and see any documents you've saved to the Creative Cloud. And you also have any deleted cloud documents. But note that even if you think you've deleted a cloud document, it is not permanently deleted until you make it so. So let's click on Create New. And Photoshop gives you a lot of preset starting documents and some fun templates that you can use for free. But I'll go ahead and start with the default Photoshop size. And if you're used to using Illustrator, you might want to come over to the right and click here to add an artboard for a background. I like using a resolution of 300 and RGB color. And you can also change the color of your backdrop here and then click Create. And now it opens up your artboard in this new tab. And the first tool in the left-hand side toolbar is your Move tool. But if you click and hold, and you're familiar with Illustrator, you'll see the Artboard tool is nested below it. Scrolling down the toolbar, you'll see all of your different options for tools. Up along the top of the workspace, you have the Control bar. And on the right-hand side of the workspace, you have the Layers panel. To import an image, go up to File, and instead of import, you'll look for the phrase place. And you have the option to place embedded or place linked. If you are importing a file such as a PSD or Adobe Illustrator file, you will want place linked so you can continue making edits to that file using other apps. But if you are importing a regular photo like a JPEG, you'll want to choose place embedded, and this will embed that image into this file. So I'm going to click on Place Embedded. Then navigate to the photo you would like to use and click Place. Because you have an artboard, you can move the image along the artboard and then click the check mark above to accept that placement. Now over in the layers, you can see that you have the background artboard layer 1 and the photo layer. But you don't actually need an artboard with Photoshop. So let me show you how I would typically open an image. First, I would find where the image was located on my computer, and I would right-click on it, go to Open With, and then choose Adobe Photoshop. And now Photoshop has opened up my photo right away into a new tab, bypassing the home page and skipping all of those steps. You only have one layer, and you don't have to worry about an artboard. I know that designers feel more familiar with an artboard, but you can use either method. So those are two ways that you can open your work in Adobe Photoshop.